Hello out there, folks. Welcome to another Run 8 train simulator video. Run 8, for those of you that know, has been lacking when it comes to the big boy EMDs for quite a while. The Eastern Roads, namely CSX, and the Haunts, Norfolk Southern. And someone has answered the call, and we've got some very fresh, nice enhancements for both CSX and Norfolk Southern for the ACE locomotives. They are more than just paints in a lot of cases, but they are hosted on West End Simulations, which is the website I'm currently looking at here. I'll link it down below as usual underneath the video if you want to go and check it out for yourself. Mainly the guy that this is his site, but it's kind of a collab with some of these efforts and projects that are on here. So we'll go ahead and hop to the downloads tab up here at the top right, and then you'll see locos rolling stock. Click locos, and here you have it. So these have been here for a minute, these nice UP old Dash 9s, which are very spicy, but these are two brand new hot tamales, the Norfolk Southern ACE and CSX ACE, and they entail quite a bit. So we're going to take a look at those here. So we're going to start with the CSX YN3 ACE, which you see here before us. There's quite a lot in this pack. It's not just this one. I just chose this specific livery because those of you that know, those that don't, the way skins work in Run 8, it's kind of a pain in the ass, but it's just the way it is. It was the way the game was built. I'm sorry, sim. I said game. Forgive me. Anyway, it's the way the game was built. Jesus Christ, I just said it again. It's the way the sim was built. You could basically have one skin on at a time. Other things, such as the trucks, the way the trucks look, the font numbers. So those of you that are just eagerly awaiting for something to be wrong, yes, you will notice I do have incorrect fonts on at least the Haunts over here. But there is a font download that you can download for that. I just didn't throw it in because largely it sometimes changes the font on some of your other locomotives. That out of the way, and that being said, so the CSX pack comes with, the weathered variant, which is the one I have here. It comes with a fresh variant straight out of the paint shop, if you will. And you're also going to get a PRLX unit. So CSX obviously had 20 of these, or thereabouts, 20 of them, ranging 4831 to 4850, and they were all sadly retired and sold to Progress Rail, aka PRLX. So that's why you get the PRLX unit that you can use, which, sorry I didn't pop up here because you can only really show one at a time. And I'm super lazy, so But anyway, this one looks fantastic. It's got a ton of weathering. You can get weathered trucks as well, and it comes with a nice selection of horns and a bell for it as well, for the I guess semi-famous 4848, which is this one here. We'll go ahead and listen to it. Let me take a look at the horn, make sure I got it set up here. Yes, there it is. So it's this one right here. That says 4839. Derp. Anyway, these are the three that come with the CSX pack that are added, and mechanical bell for 4848, which is the locomotive we're in now. So we'll go ahead and listen to the horn that comes with it. It's always nice when there's packs that come with just a bunch of stuff, so you don't have to go hunting and fishing for everything. But this is one of the horns that you can get with this pack. You can just hear the bell. Get a little bit closer. That sounds pretty darn spicy. Papa likey. So of course these things, I like the big EMDs. I know everybody's all GEVO this and GEVO that. Dash 8s and 9s are cool too, but I like these big chunky sumbitches. You don't see them a whole lot, at least not down here where I live, and they're just unique engines, and they make a crazy noise. Whoa, 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 whoa. Love it to death. But anyway, these have been updated quite a bit compared to how they look by default from the SD70 ACE pack. They have been freshened up 110,000% at the very least. You've got a ton of weathering, you know, real grime and dust all down the side. Even the main CSX logo has got a bit of fading, so it's a bit more whitish at the top, whereas the bottom is a bit more yellowy. As well as this being the faded unit, the nose is faded, so the yellow down here is faded as well. The CSX logo does look very sharp and crispy for Run 8, and it's even kind of cocked over to the left a little bit, so it doesn't look like it's pretty straight on. And from these that I've seen from older photographs, they are kind of, you know, cocked to the left like that, if you will. But you've got the bolt, the ACE, you've got flags on both sides, you've got the warning markers all along the long hood here. Just a lot of little stuff that you normally won't get by default within Run 8, sadly, are included here. You've got the wheel and motor and groove numbers on there. You've got the warning on the steps there. Let's see what else. The flag on the other side. It is not facing the correct way, but I think that is largely a Run 8 thing, because the way flags are supposed to, you know, be, whether it's law enforcement vehicles, military, trains, you name it, they're always facing as if the thing is going forwards. That's how they're supposed to look. It's just something within Run 8, though. I don't think that can be swapped the other way, but it's still there, so that's cool enough. Of course, got the EMD builder plate or logo there as well, and it's just a nice looking unit. It's very crispy, very fresh. It looks, you know, it looks weathered. It's like it's been riding around quite a while, and it definitely fits the part. The blue is weathered as well. It's just a good looking locomotive, but it doesn't stop there. We'll hop in the cab. There was a bit of a interior freshening up as well. It's a little bit darker on certain panels, it would seem. I don't think it was like that by default, because we'll hop in the NS one over there in a minute. But it just looks a little bit more sharp in here. You've got your work order down there on the right. You got like the Operation Lifesaver logo up there, a couple of the logos there. I think that is largely it. There's very likely something I could be missing. You've got the numbers inside and out. Are we in 4848? We are. Okay. I think the horn threw me off when I didn't choose the right horn number a minute ago. But anyway, it's a cohesive pack, which is always very nice. I mean, the skins are very nice in their own right, but when these packs come out, it's just mega awesome. So it's a collaboration between a couple of guys. They are hosted on this one fellow's website, West End Simulations, which has a lot of good stuff on it. But there's also some peeps that have, you know, added their content to make things a little better, like better font, you know, certain decals, things of that nature. So that's the CSX unit. So the Hans unit as well, of course, the Norfolk Southern, is very nice and refreshing to see in Run 8 Train Sim, because I can't think of a whole lot of paints that have been thrown out there for the Norfolk. And I kind of get it. There's not a whole lot of places to run these. They do, you know, you can run them anywhere, and it's Train Sim, whatever. You can do whatever the hell you want. But regionally, there's very few places you can run these. But it's still nice to see them in the game, because they are a large part of American railroading, and of course Eastern Seaboard, naturally. But they look very good. Again, you may see the font not quite correct. I believe the Norfolk Southern font's a bit closer together and maybe a little bit smaller. I don't think it has much of an outline. The thing with font in Run 8, for those of you that do not know, you've kind of got to pick and choose your font. So if you're going to run, you know, Union Pacific, you got to choose your Union Pacific font, and you got to deal with it. CSX, I think BNSF always stays the same, so yes, it may not be 100% correct, but that's just how it is, just because I didn't want my other fonts, you know, to change as well, because I like to see a lot of variation. But anyway, Norfolk Southern had 175 of these sumbitches, 1,000 through 1174. Now, the end of the number range, of course, was painted into the heritable units, but this pack essentially is the 3 variants, and it's just very fresh and nice. It's, of course, got all the appropriate decals like the CSX units. You can see the NS down there. Warning labels and stickers all down the long hood. Caution. I believe this one comes with trucks. Might come with black trucks. I don't recall. I think this one comes with weathered trucks. I forgot already. My apologies. But it looks good. You know, where it should look good. It looks appropriate. The stripes look very fresh, as well as the haunts is you know, as fresh as Run 8 could be, and it just looks appropriately weathered. Got all kinds of grime and dust along the side here, up on the main logo there with a prancing pony. It's a good looking unit, that's what she said. And the top of it, I've never noticed this before, but they're a bit different. And I asked the dude that made this one, chatting with him, and he was like, "No, I didn't touch it. Didn't know if you could." Anyway, but it looks like some kind of, you know, PTC radio aerials on top of the cap here, and of course the CSX is not. It's just AC or whatever the hell. So I'd never noticed that before. So if you guys notice that or not, definitely let me know. But just neat little things, I guess, until you really stop and take a good look. But a couple of big, nice, fresh, chunky looking units hosted at West End Simulations. For those of you that don't want to see and operate bonkers all the time. But that's it, guys. The CSX and the Norfolk Southern SD70 ACE enhancement packs. They, of course, as always, are free. I'll link it down below if you want to go and pick them up. They look gorgeous. I'm happy to have them. Love when the guys do the work and make this stuff available to the community, because it just freshens up Run 8 tenfold. But that's it, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.